Hello. So I decided that I should start recording these little videos for you whenever I have some thoughts that I want to share, because pretty often I think that I want to tell you something and that I will remember it the next day and I will record it the next day and then the next day I don't. So yeah, I'm getting ready for bed and I decided to make you a little video. And actually, what I wanted to show you, it's this little pile. This is how I keep my clothes. Like, yes, it looks like I just put them randomly on a chair, but they're actually strategically laid out so that I can get dressed really quickly in case there will be an air raid at night. I can get dressed within like, I want to say 10 seconds, but let's be generous and say that maybe like 20 seconds, okay? Because I put them on top of my pajamas to save the time. And yes, I hear an alarm. I jump out of my bed. I put these clothes on. They are laid out in specific order that I don't even have to like look. I like if there is no power and I can't turn on the light, I can get dressed in the dark and I can grab my bird cage, drag it into the hallway within like a minute. And yeah, so it's kind of a little bit sad that this is my nightly ritual. Every day, before going to bed, I get changed in my pajamas, and every single night, I lay my clothes out in a specific way, expecting an attack at night, which is kind of sad. Another little thing that I kind of started doing is that I told you, like, recently I started doing this system where I put headphones during the air raids. So it's like I put headphones, then I put my hoodie, then I put a blanket, and then I cover my ears with my hands. And so that I don't hear explosions, drones, air defense, planes. I don't like any of those sounds. So this is what I do. So I started keeping my headphones at the bottom of the bird cage because, obviously sometimes I forget to grab them when I'm just running outside. And so that I don't have to, because sometimes I'm scared if I'm already in the hallway, I'm scared to just go grab something really quickly. So I don't have to leave my hallway. I am now keeping my headphones at the bottom of the bird cage. This is like their spot where I like if you forget where have I put my headphones, this is where they are at the bottom of the bird cage. So yeah, this is kind of a little snippet of my life. I'll be recording these videos whenever I remember. Hello, so it's the next morning after I recorded that last video, and I'm having a headache because after I recorded that video, there was a drone attack on Odessa, and it was like a bigger one. So it was around 20 drones, so I was kind of worried, and I went to the bomb shelter. But here is the thing: every evening I have to play the lottery because I don't sleep well just naturally, obviously for obvious reasons. I need to take a sleeping pill. And the thing is that if I take a sleeping pill, like if I don't take a sleeping pill, I will not sleep. I will wake up in the night, I will just not have a good night's sleep. But if I take a sleeping pill and there is an attack and I have to get up, I will have a headache. So yeah, now I have a headache because I took the sleeping pill and there was a drone attack and I had to go to the bomb shelter. But thankfully, air defense was amazing. Like having the ammunition for air defense actually solved a lot of problems. So right, it was amazing. They were really, really capable, and they took down, from what I understand, all of them. I haven't seen the official records yet, but yeah, still I had to wake up. I have a headache, as you can see under my circles under my eyes. They're permanent there at this point. Not what I wanted to talk about. Again, just kind of okay. Russia is using language as a weapon against us once more. Like the first time they did it, like the first thing they do when they occupy a territory, they change the language, they change the spellings of like Mariupol and stuff like that, and they bring back their old Soviet names to our Ukrainian names of the settlements. They force people to change their documents into Russian and stuff. Basically, yes, they know that language is a big part of who you are. This is why we are like bringing back our Ukrainian language. We're taking back our culture, our heritage, and stuff like that. It is our weapon too. But they basically Automatic translations from Russian into Ukrainian, they are not perfect. Like Google Translate, for example, it's way not perfect. And we kind of have we make fun of them for trying. That's because they're really really often can speak in the morning. Really often, when they auto translate something, it sounds weird and it sounds funny and it doesn't translate right. So we make fun of that. So basically, we turn their efforts into a joke and we kind of undermine their attempts. So what they started doing, they started recruiting young teenagers in the occupied territories who already speak Ukrainian, and they make them write these propaganda messages and stuff like that. And yes, these children, they pay them, from what I heard, good money, kind of like, good enough to be similar to what their parents are making. So it's obviously a really good job offer for them. And it's really sad to me that, like, again, they once again found, even in our resilience, even in our attempts to take back what's ours, our cultural language, they tried to destroy it for 300 years. 300 years they forbade it. They were just flooding our culture, our country, with the Russian literature instead of Ukrainian literature and stuff like that. So basically, they tried so many things to just remove Ukrainian, make it extinct. And now that we found a way, we found like kind of the will and desire to bring it back, they took it and turned it against us again. This is so frustrating to me. So this morning I wanted to talk about how, according to my feelings, again, this is not an analysis. I don't own all the information. Obviously, I'm not a military person. I'm just a civilian. But okay, so if we speak about the order of events, after Ukraine got that aid from the US, several days later, there was the news that a special kind of launching position from the ballistic missiles in Crimea was hit. And some bloggers said that that was the positions that were attacking Odessa, and that Odessa should feel better after that attack. So basically, yes, for the past couple of days, I believe a week, maybe a little more, it has been quieter in Odessa. Not quieter thinking about the amount of air raids, but the amounts of explosions. I'm so scared to jinx it, because every time I say something like this, something happens. And honestly, I'm even afraid to think that because I thought this morning, right, that there was less explosions, less air raids, less threats. It was quieter in Odessa. I was able to sleep, right? I was able to take a shower. And today we had a lot of air raids all day. And like every half an hour, we would have like half an hour of quiet, half an hour of air raid, and it was so annoying, and I was so annoyed all day. Oh my god, because I was trying, like, here, this is my easel with my paintings that I was trying to do, and I was like, oh my god, this is so annoying. I can't finish my painting. I set this day aside specifically so I can paint, and that was like the most annoying thing that happened that day. And then in the evening, I received a message from my best friend from Lviv that he was conscripted into the army. Uh, so yeah, it's a whole day of perspectives. But like, yeah, I'm really upset about my friend. I mean, obviously, I'm really proud that he is like gonna be our defender. But you just have to imagine that okay, he is a father of two children. He has a wife. He has old parents, and he went to get the groceries. He got stopped by the like recruitment officers. I don't know how to translate it. And he got taken for their medical examination, for his documents to check, and he was told that that evening he would be sent into the training camp. So just imagine that, I don't know, your brother, your husband, your loved one goes for a groceries, and then in a few hours he comes back and says that I came to pack my bag and send goodbye. And yeah, again, it's not that I don't want to like sound like it's the end of the world and that, but this is scary and this is upsetting and this is tragic. And I think that again, I thankfully I stopped crying talking about it because I have been crying for like hours after I heard it. I mean, again, just because it's really sad, it's really scary, and honestly, it's just a day of contrasts, a day of perspectives. I started the morning thinking about how it became quieter, and my mind was full of doing art and flowers and just painting and stuff like that. And then it was a whole day of air raids, and I was like, kind of okay. So yeah, it is a little surreal that it's an air raid. I mean, it's like even I was making coffee during like the second or the third air raid, and I saw that there was an air raid, and I thought that I'll probably. What is it? It's just the planes. They gave the air raid because the planes are in the Black Sea. They're heading for the launching positions, but there are no launches yet. I will probably be able to finish my coffee and finish my sandwich. And even if they launch the rocket, this is not the ballistic rocket, right? This is just normal, normal missile. It's a normal missile that's gonna be flying for about like 15 minutes. I'll have plenty of time to get into the hallway. I will not be just hiding in the hallway immediately. I'll finish my coffee first. That was my morning. That was how I felt about this war. And then by the evening, my friend is going into the army. And imagine how many friends like that, how many people all over the country like that. But yeah, this has been kind of a long day. Um, I'll hope I'll get to sleep. It's what time is it right now? I don't even know. Something 11 o'clock, something like that. I hope to see you in the morning or whatever. And yeah, this is the update for today.